Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode on the show, Control or Be Controlled, a podcast designed to help you start thinking differently and take control of your life. And I remain your host, Darlington. Today's guest is Corey Bibolet, also known as the Alien Unicorn, a storyteller, adventurer, retired IT professional, martial arts enthusiast, rideshare driver, and someone who has lived a life filled with unexpected experience. From growing up in a large Catholic family in New Orleans, being around the early Def Jam scene, and spending time with artists like Wardini, to surviving a near-death medical emergency, traveling the world, working with a medicine man in Costa Rica, and collecting thousands of stories from more than 15,000 Uber and Lyft rides. Corey has built a life around curiosity, resilience, and human connection. Today, he shares his journey of adventure, transformation, mindfulness, and the lessons he has learned from decades of pushing beyond his comfort zone. Corey, welcome to Control or Be Controlled.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed that introduction.
Yeah, it sums me up pretty well.
All right, so saw that you are a Catholic, myself, I'm a Catholic also. Are you still a Catholic or you are no longer a Catholic?
That last thing I think the internet connection's a little shaky, so I didn't get a couple words.
So I said I saw that you are a Catholic, and I'm also a Catholic. Are you still a Catholic or you have changed?
Actually, I call myself a recovering Catholic. I've come back more to older religions, and I will go to Catholic masses, but I actually study and read the Ethiopian Bible more right now when I do need to read some scripture.
All right, thank you. So we'll talk about that maybe in the course of the interview. So you call yourself the alien unicorn. When I saw that, I was a bit surprised. Why do you call yourself the alien unicorn? Tell us what that name represents, about who you are and your entire journey.
Yeah. Well, I it's hard for me to fit in any place, and when I do fit in somewhere, it's really in a very unique role where I'm the only person or one of the few people doing my position. Um, Growing up, I've always felt like an outsider. I've had strange abilities and weaknesses, and I found out it's kind of like the superheroes where they said everything is in your emotions. I'm highly emotional, and that makes me strong, and it also makes me weak. So I found I was looking at different names and different, what people call themselves. We have this beast. Um, does he look like a beast? No, but I'm very alien to almost any situation I get in, and I'm very unique. Hence the unicorn. And then I found out no one owned the trademark for alien unicorn, so now I do. I am the official alien unicorn.
Okay, thank you. So you are the official alien unicorn. So you grew up in a large Catholic family in New Orleans. How did that upbringing shape the person you are today?
Well, it showed me how important family is, especially a large family. Now since I don't have the closeness that I once did with my family, um, we didn't have a lot of money, but we had a lot of family, friends, and so there's always some place to go. I could have seen myself turning out much differently if I didn't have a large family. So no matter how much I maybe dislike some in my family right now, and I don't like to hang out with some, family is important. A large family is important. Um, right now, most of my just don't get me. Um, Everyone just tells me, Corey, you tell too many stories. I had a friend yesterday, Corey, you need to get on a podcast. Hoping this can get out to my kids. They don't talk to me right now. Um, Family is very important, even though it seems like I'm not the biggest family person. I really enjoyed raising my kids. I really do enjoy hanging out with my family. A few weeks ago, we had a large picnic. I'm always feeling strange at family get togethers. Um, but no matter how things are, different you are, I think it's very important to find common ground to be able to communicate and appreciate your family.
Okay, so you mentioned that your kids don't talk to you anymore. Don't know, would you want to share why that's the case? Why your kids no longer talk to you?
Sure. Well, I really don't know why they don't talk to me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm reaching out to podcasts and doing more things instead of individual messages. Um, I went from being the Disneyland dad, doing everything fun, doing everything, um, what do you call it, educational, not abusing my kids, not talking down. I've trained them in many, many different things. But what happens is when you have a divorce and you have families, my ex's family really, really took it upon themselves to put me down, and no one in my family would support me or defend me. So when I had a midlife crisis, hence the issue where I almost died on the airplane, that was a year or two where I really needed help with communication, and I didn't get it. And when I lost the connection with my kids, where we didn't talk a lot, it just kept going. And then the pandemic happened. Um, so yeah, it's been really, really tough, and I don't know the exact reason. It's the same with other people. It's hard for me to relate. Being on the spectrum, the way that my brain works and communication works is much different. I'm always trying to be overly nice, overly understanding, yet I still talk too much. I'm getting better at listening, but I'm always on that next stage. Like I have to talk to my kids. I have to talk to my brother. It will come. They're 27 and 28 now. It's been a while. They're professionals. My daughter's an airline pilot. My son does not exactly sure. But it's really, really difficult. If I sit and think about how great of a dad I think I was and how my kids treat me, I could be a little upset. But I am that guy that always looks at the positive, always trying to be the nice guy. And with the world turning backwards right now, most of the world really don't like that. They like pessimism. They like people putting other people down. I'm always looking at the positives of things. So I do see my kids talking to me, and I'm wondering what they're going to say. Um, I'm going to be reaching out. Hey, kids, I'm talking about you. Do you have anything to say? I really don't have anything bad to say. Just um, it's hurt me a lot. It's been hard to get going again when I have a lot of baggage like this.
All right. Thank you for clarifying that. So you have lived many different lives, from IT professional to adventurer, martial artist, traveler, and storyteller. What has driven your search for uh, constant new experiences?
Well, being on the spectrum, neurodivergent, undiagnosed, of course, um, and also I am a polymath. I learn new skills without having to go to school or learn or taking many years to learn. I learned computers as a young person in the late 70s and early 80s and never took another computer class after that, but I had a long computer degree. I mean, sorry, computer, a long computer career. So, uh, God, I lost my train of thought a little bit. But anyway, being a polymath, it's strange to other people where they'll say, "Hey, you don't know this subject or that subject," but I do. When I had when I had my job as a computer IT professional, I opened up a CrossFit gym, and even before I had that gym, I was an expert with work. And as I got better with CrossFit, I learned yoga, I learned meditation. I learned more and more things. And then when I started traveling, I found out people in other countries really enjoyed my level of knowledge because I'm not quote unquote stuck up. I will teach anything to anyone. Hence why I don't have much money. I need to charge more, maybe have a partner that can help me with what I'm worth. Um, but I learn things really fast. It seems like I don't have patience for other people. Um, so yeah, right now I'm just a little bit lost. Not really lost. I'm coming back together, hence doing these podcasts. But being very unique, like I am, being accepted is extremely hard. I love my close friends that I have, and yeah, it's just um, yeah. Sometimes I can get my words twisted when I'm thinking too much. My brain's always moving.
Wow. Okay. So, Corey, do you think you have lost yourself because of all these experiences and adventures?
Lost myself. Not understanding.
Yeah, yes, like I mean, all these things, I think they have led to your family not talking to you and all this.
I'm not really sure why. They won't really tell me the reasons why. Everyone thinks they know what you should do. Sometimes I don't even know what I should do. What I do know is I'm always doing good. I'm always teaching. And many of my family, friends, they take advantage of that a little bit too much, where I come around and everyone expects me to help them with their technology, with any pains, any workout ideas. So I'm getting better at compartmentalizing that. And hence, that's why I'm not hanging out with a lot of friends and family because they said, "Hey, Corey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me?" And then I keep saying, "I have problems communicating. Can you help me do this for me? Can you help me talk to my kids?" Um, so one of the biggest reasons why I really don't talk to many of my family is because they won't help me talk to my kids. It's not a getting back at you, but it's one of those things I really need to move forward, at least some dialogue. And at the same time, I still owe back child support and I can't travel out of the country until it's paid. And my businesses in Costa Rica are waiting for me. So that's where I'm at right now, just getting things going again to be able to move on to the next chapter of my life. I keep missing opportunities, and every time I talk to my family, they just think it's talking. They don't understand that it's real. And I see other people constantly talking about things that are not real. I'm a little bit too real, but at the same time, people will think since I'm stuck right now and not doing things every day that I don't do things. On the contrary, I'm actually in Reno right now, and I've been traveling for the last 2 weeks from Southern California. I went up to Oregon, down here in Reno, and I'm going back home tomorrow. Um, I had I worked up here in Truckee and Lake Tahoe and Reno, and lots of friends. So I came up here to have a few adventures, reconnect with people, let them know I'm doing some podcasts. It's good to see that coaches that have trained at my gym are now themselves coaches in other gyms. Seeing some of my work make a difference in the world means a lot to me.
Okay. Thank you so much, Corey. So, moving on to the next. You were around the early Def Jam era and spent time with Wardini. What was that experience like for you, and what did you learn from that particular world?
Well, that was one of the funnest times in my life. 1987, I actually got to see the Def Jam tour a few times. My cousin knew the dancers for Houdini. 5 Minutes of Funk, Friends, those are two of their most popular songs. Um, we spent the weekend with them in Baton Rouge. Got to meet all the artists, LL Cool J, Will Smith. They were all there. They really, really enjoyed our company. And when they came to California, they called me and we hung out with them a couple more tour dates. And the funny thing was, this was in a maybe 4 year lull of breakdancing. I'm an original breakdancer from 1981, 82. And right now I still breakdance. I started again in the early 90s after I started going to raves. And now I see that there's not OG breakdancers, and I still go to clubs um, and do my thing. And what I liked about is the acceptance that I got from some of the, or actually from all of the artists in the entourage. It was really, really cool. Um, and then that same year, I even saw the Beastie Boys 2 or 3 times. And I've gone to the same venues where they were, and they had pictures from those shows. So I do like some of my old school stories of breakdancing battles, going to hundreds of raves, um, doing a lot. So even though I'm so called stuck right now, um, I have a lot going for me. Um, as I'm able to travel more people, I'm sure I can reconnect with some of those artists. As one of my cousins was the personal assistant for Lil Wayne, and she has been helping me with um, navigating some of these podcast things. So hopefully, more things with artists will happen soon. I'd like to be on the stage and do a little bit more breakdancing. Not a lot of 56-year-old breakdancers.
Okay. Okay. So, you survived a life-threatening medical emergency with Boreal syndrome. Can you share that experience with us? How you changed the perspective of your entire life?
Oh yes. Well, that was at the beginning of my midlife crisis. I had a short-lived addiction, and that was coming off my addiction. I was on medical leave, mental medical leave, which allowed me to travel. And I put all my eggs in one basket to do a really big trip to Southeast Asia. I was going to do meditation, yoga, um, and my adventure sports. Um, while sitting on the airplane going from LA to Tokyo, I collapsed on the plane. Had no clue what was happening. They had to turn the plane around to Seattle. I woke up 2 days later after surgery. Borhav syndrome is possibly one of the worst things to happen to someone when you're not near medical care. It is the rupture of the esophagus, and the stomach acid was eating up my organs. They did mention to me that most people would have died um, with how long it took them to get me to a major hospital for, I think it was a 10 or 12-hour surgery, um, where they had to take out rib, cut me in the back, in the front. And I was in hospital for several weeks. Um, so I never got to do that trip. Um, I had to do my first bankruptcy because of leaving my job and the medical costs. And that put a lot of things in perspective. And I remember I was really, really bitter that God didn't take me, that I didn't die. I had just closed my gym, and it was a strange way that I had closed my gym, and people weren't happy with me. So I had no one at my gym talking to me. My kids didn't talk to me. My friends were not talking to me. So I was in the hospital on my own, recuperating. Um, the silver lining on that was I got to volunteer at the CrossFit Games. Um, one of my superpowers is my connections. I know a lot of people in CrossFit. So I started doing CrossFit a little bit too fast after the accident and started having back problems. But I had an awesome time working with all the athletes. But then I got a new chapter of my life of taking care of these back pains. So then my focus went more from working out to mobility and meditation because there's too many people that get addicted to pain medications and really destructive things to help them with their pain. What I found out is you have to have a combination of where are these pains coming from? Is this a symptom? And what can I do to live a good life with the pain, with taking the edge off the pain? My dad has back pains, but it's disrelated. My back pains comes from my emotions and my ability to do things. It's mostly muscle spasms. Um, I just had a yoga class yesterday, which is great. Meditation, yoga, working out, cannot live without it. The near death experience told me or showed me a lot of things. It showed me I'm not afraid of death. I can handle pain and suffering. Um, but it did not help me make money. I'm still at that place where making money eludes me. And sorry to get back on that one, but right before the pandemic um, is was one of those strange times for me. Um, but yeah, I've had a couple other instances where I didn't think I was going to make it, but they were more related to some of my adventure things like rock climbing and mountain biking. Um, yeah, it also tells me I can go do harder things, and if something happens, I can handle the pain if I get hurt. I can handle it if I die, and I can teach people if I don't. So that's where I'm at right now, just helping people relate to things. My friend rock climbing yesterday, she really, really likes it. And I want to show more people more adventurous sports, how to meditate, yoga. All those things are important. I have those things down. What I don't have down is communication.
Okay, thank you so much, Corey. So, after more than 15,000 Uber and Lyft rides, what have you learned about human nature from the conversations you have had with strangers?
Well, I really, really do enjoy driving Uber, especially in San Diego. Um, Driving people in different cities is very different. I live in South Orange County. That's where Disneyland is. North Orange County, that's where Disneyland is. But Laguna Beach area, I've also done LA. But what I've learned is most people are really nice. Most people are respectful, and it's more of a power thing. I'm in charge of the car, so people are different when they're talking. And I connect with people, especially high level people, people who can have good intellectual conversations. I love picking up IT folks, working out folks. If I find someone has a job that's very interesting or a specialty, I want to know more. And another thing is people do enjoy listening to some of my longer stories. And I'm looking forward to putting a QR code in the car so people can listen to some of these podcasts. Hey, click this link. I'm the alien unicorn. You might want to know more about me. Everyone's truly interested. I went ahead and told a few people not too long ago about alien unicorn and didn't expect to get a response. They responded. So I'm excited that people are out there and they want to know more about my stories. I stayed friends with a couple people that I've met driving, but in the near future, I will have to have help with people because that initial connection is great for me. Hey, how you doing? A little talk, but beyond that is a little difficult. And like I said, people are usually in happy states when I'm driving them. They're going to Disneyland. They're going to SeaWorld. They're on vacation. And I love giving advice. This is a good beach. This is a decent restaurant to go to. Um, And one of my biggest advices to everyone is slow down and enjoy things. I see people rushing to try to do too much, myself included. Whenever you're feeling that rush, sit down, close your eyes, have a mini meditation, scan your body, figure out what the next move is. Don't move too fast. Don't move too hastily. And and most people are going to be good people around you. That's what I see. I want to get to the point of driving Uber for fun and not for the money because there's not that much money in it, but it is really really enjoyable. Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. I myself, I cannot imagine the amount of experience. 15,000 Uber and Lyft rides, that's a lot. And you must have learned so much, because we learn so much with just human interaction. So, what would you say to someone who feels misunderstood, judged, or like they don't fit into the world around them? I think you will be in the best position to say something to someone who feels this way because I think you have felt like this as well.
I would say find your tribe. One of the places where I found my tribe is well the shamanic um, realm, but what I found out is there's a lot of practitioners that how do you say it 100% honest with people. So from my perspective is I need to be around really, really good people. So I say find your tribe. My tribe is with the Moon Tribe. So Moon Tribe is the original desert ravers that started in the mid 90s. Some of my friends are big time producers and DJs from that group. So where I find my tribe is any Moon Tribe my friends' DJ shows because I know there's going to be people, even if they're not my good friends, they know of me. And for me, it's really unique because I get at least a base level of acceptance in many different areas because of my expertise, um, because of CrossFit, yoga, meditation, and doing IT. And the reason why I actually moved up here to Tahoe was snowboarding. I thought snowboarding was my I thought IT was my was skating. I thought skating was my and then I was mountain biking. Mountain biking was my thing. Well, all of those are my things. And so I'm finding a better way of drifting in and out of all my groups. I cannot do just one thing. My friend that owns a mountain bike shop that does nothing but mountain biking, I applaud him. That's not me. When I own my CrossFit gym, I was doing too much CrossFit. That's not me. So I'm more of a wanderer. I have a few different homes, but no one place to stay. And since my mom is ill and she's getting old, I do have to be responsive to be around her. Um, so my priorities are constantly shifting. But right now, I'm just trying to get some resources to be able to do more. Um, I have friends that are traveling more than me. But what I'm doing right now is just things within my ability. And and as I tell everyone, just find your tribe. Find those people around you that know you.
Okay, thank you so much, Corey. This has been a very exciting episode. Thank you for sharing your incredible journey and the many lessons hidden inside your experiences. Your story is a reminder that every person carries chapters that others may never see, that our challenges, adventures, and unexpected moments can become the foundation for helping others. So, before you go, looking ahead, what can you say is the next chapter for Alien Unicorn, and what impact do you hope it creates?
Well, I'm all set to start traveling soon with some new business opportunities, possibly in Costa Rica, Panama, and beyond. Um, I don't do regular traditional things, so I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen, but I'm definitely going to be traveling and posting more. And I do have a website, alienunicorn.org. Right now, there's not much there, but if anybody wants to get in contact with me, that's the best thing, best way. And my name is very unique. You do a search, and I'm the only person with that name.
So, for those who would like to connect with you, are you there? Okay. Hi, Corey. So, for those who would like to connect with you and learn more about what you do, how can they do that?
Um, yeah, so alienunicorn.org is my website. I have my social media. Just search my name, Corey Bibolet, and I'll come up on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I don't post consistently, but I do post here and there. I am going to merge my name with Alien Unicorn soon. So I'm going to have some new, really exciting posts coming up. So yeah, look for me, alienunicorn.org.
Okay. Thank you so much once again. I really appreciate you for coming. Also want to thank my audience. You guys are the reason why we are able to do this. And make sure to check out his work. Check out his website as well. And share this episode with someone out there who might you know uh, this episode is going to be of great help too. I love you guys so much, and I want to appreciate my guest once again. Thank you, Corey, for coming to my show, and have a wonderful day ahead.
All right, thank you.